thanks for joining me for another episode of Kevin's Toy Box out here in the backyard. But location isn't the only thing experimental about this episode. This is the first episode to not have any dinosaur toys. This episode is all about Beyblade. Zainreborn's been a huge fan of Beyblade since 2012, when Metal Fusion first aired on TV. His collection grew exponentially, but he stopped when the Metal Saga ended. Even when Burst came out, he was only interested in the show and not the products. Although he did buy the bays of the main characters, or his favorite characters. And sticking with the theme of main characters, let's start this video off with Esuke's first bay, Dran Sword. To open the package, there's this really cool feature saying you gotta let the packaging rip. Unfortunately, Zane can't do it with his stubby fingers. I mean, seriously, watching him open this is kind of pathetic. It's embarrassing. But now it's time to shake out the contents of this box. Since this is a starter pack, it comes with a complete bay and a standard launcher. And compared to previous generations, bay assembly is easier than ever. Match the patterns on the blade and the ratchet, then twist it into place. Finally, insert the bit. And your bay is ready to go. A rather simple design, but if the past generations have taught me anything, it's gonna get crazy fancy in a few years. We'll test launch this bad boy later. For now, let's open up the other two main characters' bays.
Hey, future Zainreborn here. Nobody told Kevin this, but, if I wanted to get the main characters, this was probably not the set to get. Sure, it does have Bird's second Beyblade, but it has a recolor of Multi's actual Beyblade. Since I found out about this, I have gone back and gotten a real Wizard Rod in the proper yellow colors. I'll decide at a later date if I want to go back and get Incendio Hammer and Helm Knight. Knight Helm. Sorry. Also, the way I say the names is the way they're said in Japanese, so excuse me if I get mixed up every now and then. Okay, back to Kevin.
Unlike Dran Sword, this package only comes with two bays instead of a bay and a launcher. Hell's Chain looks absolutely marvelous with that reddish purple. And that icon gives me Ghost Rider vibes. And Wizard Arrow looks fantastic in that green, even though it's supposed to be yellow. But even with the mix-up, this is a very nice start to my collection. But what's the point of having Beyblades if you don't use them in battle? Let's go! Now that we're back inside, let's test out these Beyblades in Zainreborn's original Lion's Lair Stadium. Unfortunately, Dran Sword can't be used to its full potential, as this isn't an official Beyblade X Stadium, so we can't show you something you can't see. Therefore, Dran Sword is about as useful as any metal fight attack type, like Pegasus or El Drago, hitting the walls until they fall into the pocket on their own accord. But if you want to see Dran Sword at his full potential, then leave a like and share this video. All the support will maybe convince Zainreborn to get a proper stadium. Another thing that's different is the launcher, which has 3 teeth instead of 2. And wow, is that smooth! Very satisfying to launch Beyblades with this. Like Hell's Chain, who should hopefully perform a little better in this stadium. Since Hell's Chain's tip isn't as aggressive as Dran Sword, it means he has less of a chance of falling into the pocket and actually hitting a bay. It also gives him a little bit of spin power once he runs out of speed, unlike most attack types which will die at this point. And how satisfying is it to see a bay stop while standing? And Wizard Arrow is your standard stamina type, even though this one's meant to be a defense type. Either way, both stand in the center of the stadium for long periods of time. But it's still satisfying to watch, especially if they're green. But now it's time for some test battles! Starting with Arrow Wizard, as it's the stamina defense type, leading the charge. Then we'll throw in the balance type Hell's Chain, which is actually pretty aggressive. And Dran Sword, like any attack type, just falls in the pocket and drains all of its stamina on the wall. Hell's Chain is managing to keep to the sides, but is slowly closing in on Arrow Wizard. But Arrow Wizard's losing its balance. Oh, could this possibly be a win for Hell's Chain? And there's a hit! And it looks like, oh, Arrow Wizard doesn't have enough stamina. Maybe it really is a defense type this time around. I can't believe it. Bird actually won a battle. So let's throw the champion out first and see what happens. Next we'll throw in Arrow Wizard, and finally again, Dran... Wow, okay, he just doesn't want to battle, I guess. Very uncharacteristic of SB. Am I saying that name right? I don't know. Oh wait, the battle's happening, and this time it looks like Hell's Chain is... Oh, he's down! Multi gets revenge. Is this technically Multi? It's not even her real bay. Next, we're gonna start off with Arrow Wizard. Am I saying this right? Yes, I think so. Wizard Arrow, my bad. Well, you saw the order. You know what's going on. Will we finally get a winner from... Will X finally manage to... I'm losing my words, but it's gonna be... Oh! Oh, look at that! Oh! I think Dran Sword wins by a second. Everyone has 1 point each. Gonna start off with X this time. Then Multi comes... Okay, that was an extreme finish. Wow. And Bird did not even get to join the fight. Since he missed out, we're gonna start off with Bird leading the charge. Then we're gonna have X go in, and there he goes. Okay, wow, this battle's all over the place. I'm not even sure if I should count points, but I'm gonna. Another point for Lady Multi. Starting off with Multi again. Oh man, I've just gone talking about the characters. Okay, here comes, I forgot your name. Bird's out, and now X is just... It's all up to Bird to take out Multi, and he is absolutely doing some damage, but unfortunately, without this being an X stadium, Multi grabs a 3rd point. Bird comes in with another launch, and in comes Multi with the counterattack, but Bird is not letting up. And X decided to sleep in again. Let's see, will Multi get another point, or will Bird be able to grab another one for himself? It's gonna be close. Both are losing stamina and balance. But it's Multi who takes the win. And now we have X leading the charge once more against Bird. And finally, Multi enters in last. That's a bit of an unfair advantage, honestly. In fact, I say that Hell's Chain is losing steam. Can he actually beat Multi? I don't think so. It's over for Bird. Just like... Oh, look at that! The revenge! Bird claims the final battle! Now let's wrap up the video with my final thoughts. Dran Sword performed the worst in this stadium, but again, that's because this wasn't an X stadium, so he didn't really have a chance to shine. As for Hell's Chain, he absolutely surprised me. I did not expect him to do as well as I thought he would. I guess it just goes to show you that Bird is the one holding back this bay. And as for Wizard Arrow, even though it's not the canon colors, I will say it did really good this time around. And throughout all those battles, the only scratches these guys got was from the paint on the walls of the stadium. And that concludes this episode of Kevin's Toy Box. Do you want to see more Beyblade videos in this show? Or should I go back to dinosaur toys? And which of these three was your favorite? Mine is Wizard Arrow because she's green. But hey, what do I know? I'm just some random lizard on the internet. Good. Whoa, hold on, I'm slipping. Oh no, I've fallen into the stadium. Oh well, I guess I'll just take a nap here. Good night.
Hey guys, thanks for watching the video from beginning to end. If you want to see more, subscribe to the channel and join the Zainreborn community. See you in the next one. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye.